Greetings. Welcome to today's Summitcast. I want to talk to you today about God's grace. God's grace is sufficient for you to overcome any situation or any challenge or any problem that you face in your life. God's grace is his unmerited favor. In 2 Corinthians chapter 12, it talks about Paul's thorn in the flesh. Now, contrary to what a lot of people think, Paul's thorn in the flesh was not sickness or disease. Paul's thorn was persecution. And Paul prayed to God 3 times that this persecution, might depart from him. And God's answer to him was, in 2 Corinthians 12:9, God said, "My grace is sufficient for you." I heard a story recently about a guy who walked in with his friend into a Rolls Royce dealership. And he was looking at one of the stickers on one of the Rolls Royces. You know how you go into a car dealership and you um, see the various stickers on the car that describe the features of the car, like miles per gallon, etc. Well, he looked on the sticker of this particular Rolls Royce, and next to horsepower, it said sufficient. I love that because basically it was saying that whatever you need this Rolls Royce to do, whatever performance you need out of this Rolls Royce, the horsepower under the hood is sufficient for anything you need this car to do. I want you to know that God's grace is sufficient. And when the scripture says, "My grace is sufficient," that simply means it's enough. It's enough to get you through anything you're facing in life. It will get you through any kind of test or trial or hardship. And God's grace doesn't just sit there with you in the midst of a difficulty. God's grace will lift you up and carry you through what you're dealing with. God's grace is sufficient. Now, some people read that verse in 2 Corinthians 12 like it says his grace is insufficient. Some people think that Paul prayed 3 times that the thorn would be removed from him, and 3 times God said no. But no, that's not the case. God said, "My grace is enough." It's just enough. And God has plenty of grace, more than enough grace. It will never, ever run out. Furthermore, the grace that he will provide will be the specific kind of grace that you need to get you through your situation. So remember this today, and remember this whenever you're in a trial or a test, whenever you're challenged in life. Remember that God's grace is sufficient. Release your faith in God's grace.